Hey guys, it's Abby here. So the first thing we need to do is open up this scanner so we can get to the top cover there. On the right side of the printer, there's going to be a hinge that hooks onto the scanner. So I just took a paint key and I hooked onto that hinge and pried it off. It takes just a little bit of force, but then once you do that, rest your scanner against something so it doesn't fall back. And then you can work on taking the screws off of that top cover. You won't be able to just yank off that top cover and pull it straight up because this LCD panel is connected to it. There's 3 tabs that you can use to take off that LCD panel, and I'm showing you where those 3 tabs are. They're on the bottom. So it just takes a little bit of prying that off and then disconnecting that FFC cable. Once you have that off, then you can take your top cover off. It took a little bit of sliding out from under the back hinges under the scanner. And then there's this other cable that's connected on the left side of the printer to the main board. Disconnect that and then you should be able to take off that top cover completely. Now I'm going to be working on changing out the print head. There's going to be 2 springs on either side of that print head that hold it in place. So I just use this little tool to pry off the springs, and then I'm going to take my print head and lift it out of that frame. I always turn it to the left just so I can see the back side where the cables go in, and I take them out that way. Once I have it, I'm going to take my next one, or my new one, not my next one, sorry, my new one, and I'm going to put that back in. I turn it to the left again. This way I can see where I'm putting my cables into. I'm not trying to feel and force them in, and that way I don't break any pins on the cables and create further errors. So put my frame all the way to the side and put my springs back on to hold the print head in place, and I'm making sure right there that my encoder strip is in between the sensors so it can read it correctly. Place back in my ink cartridges, and then we're going to go ahead and run the first cleaning on it to see how that print head looks. So it came out, and the black came out perfect, but I had no other colors. It didn't do that wonky wavy that the original print head did, but I did need to flush my colors so it would print out a complete nozzle check. So as you can see, I do a little bit of a drawback. This way I can try to unclog whatever is clogged in the print head. So I'll draw back on the blue and then flush it. I flush a little, draw back on the yellow, and then flush it. After I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put my cartridges back in, and then I'm going to wait for 2 hours. Coming back, I'll do my cleanings again. Here it prints out, and we'll see that I did get some color, but not completely. It showed a little bit of the magenta coming through, but I still needed to clean. So we'll do another cleaning, and we see magenta, orange, green, blue, black, but not a solid magenta. Our final came out good, and we got this printer fixed. So happy printing, everyone.